So very quickly now, procreation is this thing that is not able to reproduce another time after it has been able to successfully do once with different species. It is with different races and the various variations of the genetic mutations. That is not cloning, because cloning is another evolutionary stage in mankind, which is a different, which puts it in another category of species. So we cannot mix species. I mean, if we did, we would be, having half animals, half humans. We can do that, but it's like unnatural, and a lot of things happen, and a lot of viruses and what have you can be, the evolution as we evolve is this thing that I wanted to say, is that the older humanity with their older testosterone and all these things will not be able to reproduce in the same kind of way. And if you're finding that there's a lot of people who aren't able to have children and procreate, they have the artificial and synthetic and technology helping them along, because we're going through this transition. Soon as there's a distinct split, then the more the separation, the less likely it is able to procreate with that, because it becomes another species onto its own. And we've seen this in nature when, unicorns for one thing, they're fantasy. No, they did exist, okay? However, they're the intermixing of species, not of races, of species. Because, see, this is a different reaction that happens, similar to blood types and all these things. So, this is part 3 of the evolutionary thing that we are going through in the transition of our genders and humanity and all these things we try to make sense of. That it's already happening. And okay, from this old world right now, you try breeding a donkey with a horse. You get a mule. A mule cannot reproduce. It cannot have more mules. So that's one fact proven, if you want facts. Okay, so all these things that are combined that I was saying, well, then we can take these other movies that are, sci-fi, like Orphan Black, or this I Am Mother, and, all these things, they're programs, but, with discernment, we can actually see the bigger picture. So everything could be to our disablement or our enablement. And this was part 3, 4 minutes, and this is the end of it. This is going to be, I guess it could be separate, called Procreation, of the mixing of species or races. But in order to understand this, you're going to have to look at part 2, and then perhaps part 1 to kind of help you integrate into it, because this is what it's all about, is integration, right? And whatever else cannot be, then we leave it behind, and it becomes a whole different species that we cannot reproduce, like Neanderthal with humans, or and when we get to that level, that pristine human, whether they call it godhood, call it creator, call it whatever you want, okay, it will not be able to reproduce or procreate in that kind of way, that the old way that was once thought of as normal or religiously correct. So things are changing, and let's stay and keep an open mind, and not to be too fixed on one thing, and think that it's affecting us in a way that we don't belong in this world because it's all testosterone and we have to become men, or we don't, we have to become women in order to get those strong women, or to be with women like me, or hey guys, I'm like, give it all a break. Let's just give it all a break, because I'm single, and I'm not like, whatever your transgender thing is you'll end up, okay, you'll find a woman like me, or a strong woman, or whatever it is that you're looking for. Eventually, what that woman's going to do is help you to find yourself, and then you'll find that part in you, and then you'll be okay again. So please don't go to extreme measures, or of really harming oneself because of what the environment is saying that you don't fit in, or all that. You do fit in, okay? So just know thyself, and we're all going through this together. I'm still suffering in the same kind of ways that our egos are imprinting upon us. I'm not Miss Perfect here either. We're like growing, and we're like experiencing all of these things together, guys. So 6 minutes, I'll let it go. Bye bye.